Good evening. We begin in Odom, where a woman says her daughter is being bullied in school, and she claims school officials are not helping her. Action 10's Anthony Garcia is in the newsroom, and he has the story.
Mike, the woman says her 15-year-old daughter has been bullied in the Odom School District for 3 years. She fears for her safety.
Authorities have launched an intense ground search for a 6-year-old boy who was thought to be in a balloon that floated away from his Colorado home. Now, this is video of the balloon as it landed 50 miles north of Denver. But if you're waiting for the swine flu vaccine, you may have to wait a little longer. Health Department officials now say it looks like it could be another month before they get any doses of the vaccine. Action 10's Tony Miles has the latest.
500 children are still waiting for their H1N1 vaccines from the Corpus Christi Health Department.
Now, health officials tell us local doctors will get anywhere from 10 to 100 vaccines. A spokesperson for Driscoll Children's Hospital says that the vaccine is now being used for both health care providers and for patients. Well, red tide continues to plague the waters near the Packery Channel. Take a look at this. U.S. Coast Guard provided us with a bird's eye view of the effects of the red tide. A cyclist accident this afternoon sent one person to the hospital. Happened just before lunchtime at the intersection of Ayers and Roosevelt. Now, we want to update a story that we had earlier concerning the 6-year-old boy who was in a believed to be in a balloon that was flying over Colorado. We've gotten word that that 6-year-old is now safe at home. We don't have any more information than that, but that's certainly a bit of good news. The 6-year-old boy is safe at home. Well, the kitchen cops are on patrol, and this time we find rodent droppings and a fruit fly infestation. Jennifer Lira has today's Kitchen Cops report with scores from health inspections on October 5th through the 7th.
Our top.
Coming up, an alarming trend in Corpus Christi. The numbers say that people are leaving here. Find out where they're going and why today at 5. Also ahead, more trouble in Taft as the city council votes to fire the city manager, even as the Texas Rangers are investigating how that city operates. Plus, there's still no doses of the H1N1 vaccine available to the public in Nueces County. Find out why officials are urging you to be patient. It's all here today, live at 5 on Action 10 News. We'll see you then. A massive fire in Port Aransas early this morning, and it finally took the work of 8 fire departments to put it out. Action 10's Amber Dixon has more.
Flames tore through 6 homes around 3 this morning in a private marina out in Port Aransas.
Authorities in New York believe they have rescued pit bulls used in illegal dog fighting rings. They even take us into the abandoned home where they think the fights took place. My Luz Hairston shows us more.
Acting on a tip, Buffalo Animal Control officers removed 3 pit bulls from this Laurel Street home in the Queen City.
And don't forget that tomorrow is your first chance to pre-register your children to get the H1N1 vaccine here in Nueces County. Registration begins Friday morning at 8 a.m. and will continue until 5 p.m. or... Good evening. A month after being placed on leave with pay pending an investigation, the Taft city manager has been fired. Action 10's Andy Lascano joins us now live in the studio, and he has the story.
Mike, on September 9th, Taft City Manager Florencio Sauceda was placed on leave with pay by new Mayor Robert Vega, apparently for something so egregious the Texas Rangers were asked to investigate.
All right, thanks, Matt. Well, Monday we brought you a story about people paying thousands of dollars to a Portland cemetery for headstones they've never received. Well, since then, more people have contacted Action 10 News with the same complaints. Amber Dixon joins us now with their story.
Mike, it's the same story. Families buying headstones for their deceased loved ones, not getting the headstones or even a response from the cemetery.
New information this afternoon on the Mauricio Celis case. The embattled businessman's request for a new trial has been denied. Visiting Judge Sid Harrell of San Antonio made that decision today. On the crime beat, a suspected drunk driver hits a patrol car and an officer shoots and kills a loose pit bull. We begin right here on the 900 block of Zarski, where police showed up for a call about a pit bull that attacked a homeowner. As the officer was walking up to the door of the house, that dog came out from under the porch of another house and began to attack the officer. The officer quickly backed up, intending to pepper spray the dog, quickly decided that wasn't an option, instead pulled out his gun and shot twice, hitting the animal once. The pit bull bull was later found dead under the deck of a nearby house. Neighbors say that dog had been out a bunch of times, even charging a child one time. And here on the 2300 block of Airline, someone apparently decided there was something they needed inside the Revolution Club after it had closed. So about 4 o'clock this morning, they came and smashed through the front door. And when police arrived after the alarm sounded, they went in and looked around and said that even though there are several flat screen TVs inside, none of them appeared to have been taken. However, police have said they will investigate. And finally, right here on the 10,000 block of SPID, a 30-year-old man lost control of his truck and rolled it. Fire department had to be called to come cut him out. Police say they suspect he was driving while he was drunk. Now, while officers were working that accident, a 21-year-old guy in a Buick comes barreling down the road past several cars, drives through some orange police cones, hits a patrol car, sends it spinning around. He goes across 2 lanes, ends up on the other side of the road, and the fire department, who happened to be nearby, had to come cut him out. Turns out that guy was driving drunk. Witnesses say he was going over 100 miles per hour right before the accident. On the crime beat, Mike Gillespie, Action 10 News. And police need your help finding this week's most wanted gang member. Firefighters tackled a house fire this morning near the city's south side. Crews arrived to find smoke coming from the front door of this home on the 3900 block of Panama.
This is your Action 10 News Sports Report with Roland Rodriguez.
Roland Rodriguez is off this week to watch his son play in a national baseball tournament being held out in Florida. But you know what? It's not going to stop us from bringing you sports. We are just 2 weeks away from the 20th annual Pepsi Bay Ball Ballyhoop 3-on-3 basketball tournament. The Corpus Christi Hooks had a busy weekend with Northwest Arkansas. Last night, the Hooks out-hit the Naturals 11-5, but no Major League Baseball games tonight. The league has a couple of days off for the 80th annual All-Star Game. The American League will take on the National League tomorrow night in St. Louis, and the winning league will, of course, earn home field advantage for the 2009 World Series. The American League has won the last 11 All-Star games. But coming up tonight, the 2009 All-Star Game Home Run Derby will be in full swing. The Derby will feature 4 players from the American League, 4 players from the National League. We'll, of course, have highlights tonight at 10 on the Nightcast, and that'll do it for sports. We'll be right back.